That's a 5-game losing streak at home as the Timberwolves had to play the 2-seed Boston Celtics as well as the damn Insukurimes in that match as they would lose by 2 points. And it started as a defensive battle. Both teams really brought the energy on that end in the first quarter, and that's why that one was a low-scoring quarter. Wolves would continue their defensive brilliance in the second, however, could not make an open shot for their lives. The shot quality disparity was actually incredible in the Wolves' favor. They had so many wide open looks, especially for Jaden McDaniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, endless spot-up threes for them, but they were not falling, and the team just could not shoot the ball outside of Anthony Edwards all game long. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker would be 0 of 5 tonight. After his great start shooting the ball as a Timberwolf, he seems to be in a bit of a slump the last 5 games or so and has regressed a fair amount. So hopefully he can get back on track because he's not shooting the ball well. The bench in general was rather poor as well, except for a strong second half out of Naz Reid. It's making me miss Jalen Noel a little bit, and especially in a night where we're not scoring the ball well. Sure, he's not going to make open catch and shoot threes. That's not his strength, but he just provides offensive bursts that in nights like these we seriously need. Especially because it was another night of Mike Conley being essentially a non-factor on offense. 30 minutes, has essentially 4 points. He hit the last 3 of the game with no time left. That didn't do anything. And our utilization of his talents as well as his actual production has just been outrageously inconsistent. To give you a sense of how good the defense was in the first half, they held the Celtics to 33% shooting and 23% from 3, however would still trail in that one, having 5 less free throws, also missed 2 in that first half, both from Gobert, and had just 2 points from their bench in that first half. Third quarter, defenses start to lapse a little bit, and the Insukurimes make their presence felt, doing the Celtics bidding. Celtics players would be like, oh, tee him up, and they did it twice when that happened. The first one being Gobert not looking at any opposing players after a big dunk and doing that. Not even close to a full flex or looking at a person, gets a Pakilty for, just disgraceful. Then would get a flagrant on very little contact. The Suks were fucking ridiculous this entire game. Anthony Edwards getting raked across the arms on every single drive. Can't buy a foul, gets 5 free throws in the game. Also misses 2 of those. You look on the other side, Jason Tatum, who couldn't do shit offensively, gets 16 free throws to keep his averages up because he's a bona fide star, so we gotta give him his numbers. Sucks with just miserable management of that game all the way through. Get into the fourth quarter, it's getting close near the end of the game. Anthony Edwards goes into takeover mode a bit after having a pretty lackluster second half. Timberwolves are down by 2 points and end up forcing a jump ball with 3.5 seconds, I believe, left in the game between Gobert and Grant Williams. Gobert with a huge advantage in that one, and Grant Williams steals the jump ball. I don't think the ball even got above Gobert's head, and Grant Williams had already taken the jump. Just insanely pathetic, and then to mirror their actions all night, the Suks eject Anthony Edwards and Kyle Anderson, the 2 players that really showed up and were great for us. They did everything they could to limit them, and then they legitimately kicked them out of the game just to tie a bow on it all. Oh, it's a hard job. You gotta give them some credit. No, you fucking don't. It's not as hard as they make it look, ever. God, they suck. Wolves could have won that easy if they just make wide open shots or free throws, or have the Suks do close to an adequate job. But you couldn't get any of those things to happen. So another loss, and we're back to 500. There's just no margin of error for this team. And they make so many mistakes. They are not consistent. You never get full games out of anyone, even Ant. Where was he in the third quarter? Anyone?